Hello everyone and welcome to this YouTube video, and in this video we're going to talk about the gradient descent for logistic regression. So without wasting time, let's get into it. So first of all, there is two kinds of important note that I have to give it to you. The first note is that the notes are in the description box below. Be sure to check it out. And the second thing is the implementation part of all the things, the hypothesis, then we are talking about the cost function, feature normalization. The Jupyter Notebook is in the description box below. Be sure to check it out, as this will be, as if I do the coding and this video will be very long, so that's why I had prepared a very good amount of very good Jupyter Notebook along with the instructions. So be sure to check it out. Okay, so there are the two things, the notes of the lecture and the implementation part in the description down box below. Be sure to check it out. Now let's actually talk about the model till now for a logistic regression. First of all, we have our hypothesis. We have our hypothesis h of x, and we have our h of x is the 1 by 1 plus e minus z, and here we have the theta transpose x. Here we have a z. So usually we write 1 by 1 plus e minus z. Okay, so that was the main thing of this hypothesis. And then we have our cost function, and the formula, the equation for a cost function is something like this that I've taught you in my previous video. And here just the same thing that I've broken down, that I have compressed it from the equation if y equals to 1 and if y equals to 0. Okay, then we have our goal. Always a goal. There is a goal which we have to minimize our cost function, also called the mean squared error. So it's our always goal to minimize our j of theta, which is a cost function, Okay, now we have a gradient descent which help us to achieve our goals or minimize our goals. So let's see what is that. So we have a gradient descent, and you simply think of it as just the same of the gradient descent that we are talking about for a linear regression. So let's take a look at the gradient descent, but before, just keep it in mind, this minor difference is that here h of x is different from. Let me tell you what that means. So here we want to minimize our j of theta, which is our goal, and the gradient descent equation looks something like that. And what we have to do, we have to repeat the until and unless our theta or we can get a optimal theta, or we can get a best fit theta. Okay, so we have a formula equation here is that theta z minus alpha, where alpha is the learning rate. I have talked in the detail about the alpha in my previous video of gradient descent, so be sure to check it out. The link will be in the description down box below, and also whole course is in the playlist. The playlist will be in the description box below. Be sure to check it out. So we have theta z minus alpha, and the partial derivative of our cost function, which is j of theta, Okay, now here, if you are not familiar with calculus, it's okay. This will be when we take the partial derivative of our cost function, this will be very easy to understand this equation. Okay, and here I talk about the theta z. What is j here? Theta z. So we have to simultaneously update our parameter theta z till n. We'll talk about just in a second, but let's take a look at, after doing all the calculus, what is the partial derivative of our cost function. And the partial derivative of our cost function is the same that I have make you understand. The partial derivative is that we have our cost function, something like minus 1 by m. Here we have I equals to 1 to m h of xi comma yi minus yi squared. Simply, this is the equation for our this is the algorithm for gradient descent, and you can see here we have the same thing that we have in a linear regression. So let me then demonstrate you more easily. So we have this partial derivative of our cost function marked in red, and let's do this calculation here. And we have the, when we take out the, after doing all the calculus, what will be result? So after doing all the calculus, we will going to get minus 1 by m all the way down to the I equals to 1 to the m h of xi and minus yi squared. Okay, just the same thing what is happening, but the writing is not good, so let me write again. The notes will be in the beautiful format, so be sure to check it out. Okay, so we have minus 1 by m, I equals to 1 to the m h of xi minus yi squared. And here we have the mean of the squares between the difference between the predicted and the actual value. So let's see, here we have what we have difference between the linear regression gradient descent and the logistic regression gradient descent. So let's take a look at the same thing here. We have to simultaneously update our parameters theta z, and just here we have talked about the partial derivative of our cost function. After doing all the calculus, what we are going to get is that we are going to get minus 1 by m all the way down to the m, summing it all up, and then we have h of xi minus yi squared. Okay, and what is the difference? This is the same as linear regression, but the difference is that we have the h of xi is the sigmoid. Is the sigmoid, or the hypothesis we can say, sigmoid function, and the sigmoid function is nothing but 1 by 1 plus e to the minus z, and z here is the theta transpose x. Okay, this is a very simple thing that you can understand. Just this minor thing that in the logistic regression gradient descent. And one more thing, how do we update our theta values? So here we have our theta values. I'm just showing you a vector column vector. So we have a theta 0, theta 1, theta 2 to all the way down to theta n, and we have to update this theta for I equals to 0 till n. Okay, by making 0 here and again 0, etc, etc, etc. Okay, now I think that you got a better intuition about the gradient descent algorithm. Now let's conclude all those things and put it all together. So we have a gradient descent algorithm is something like that. After taking the partial derivative of a cost function, we're going to get something like that. And here we have minus 1 by m. Okay, here we have the partial derivative of our cost function j theta j of theta. Okay, this is the partial derivative of our cost function, and we have our learning rate alpha, where is the rate of the learning is called learning rate, or we can say the step of size taken by a gradient descent is called a learning rate, and we have to simultaneously update our theta parameters theta z. Okay, this is the final algorithm that we can get, and this is pretty much similar to the linear regression gradient descent, so I think this should not confuse you. Okay, so now I think that's it for this video, and I hope that you got a better intuition, and the implementation part is in the description down box below. Be sure to check it out. So that's it for this video. Thank you for seeing.